Hello guys, TavHD here and welcome back to another video, and today we'll be taking a look at the EIVOTOR or EIVOTOR professional microphone. Now this was £20 on Amazon, so whether it really is professional or not, I guess we'll find out in this video. I'm not really expecting too much for the price, but I've watched a review and it seems to be pretty decent, but it's always hard to tell in reviews, so I've got this for myself to see if it is any good. So let's get on with the unboxing. So I've already cut some tape and then we can just open up the box and let's take a look at what's inside. Okay, so the first thing we see when we open the box is this piece of card. Now it says happy on that side and then unhappy on that side, and then on the back there's some QR codes and ways to get in touch. If you're unhappy, you can contact them, and that is quite nice to see. Now also in here we get the user guide. I'm not going to be taking a look at that today because this should be fairly straightforward to set up. Now here is the little fuzzy thing that you can put on the microphone to stop wind noise and pops from peas when you talk into it. We also get another little shield here to do kind of the same thing. We then get this little shock mount here, which we can attach to our microphone arm if we have one, or the included little stand. The microphone just slots into this. You just pull the bands apart and slide the microphone through. That's a fairly nice design in my opinion. And then in here we also get some replacement bands in case any of them break. It's nice to see that they do include spares. Next up, this is the cable to connect the microphone to your computer or whatever you want to use this with. So it's XLR on one end, that's the end that goes into the microphone. Then on the other it is just 3.5mm to plug into your computer or camera or whatever you want to use it for. Now next up, as I said, there is a little tripod included. Here it is. It comes inside a little bag. Very nice, very little. It seems to be of decent quality, as you can see. Seems fairly solid there. So we will be using that later on. Next up we get a piece of metal. This is to attach the pop filter to the microphone stand, specifically the shock mount part. Then we get a splitter cable here, so if you are using this on a mobile phone, you can have the microphone in and headphones out so you can listen to your own voice. Now finally we get the microphone itself, and it's inside a little plastic bag here, so I'll just take that out. And here it is, and this honestly feels a lot nicer quality than I thought. This is metal. As you can probably tell, it's got quite a nice colour to it. It kind of reminds me of the 2013 Mac Pro. Very nice indeed. It's a little bit scratched, but I'm not really too bothered because I won't be spending too much time looking at this, but it's actually quite a nice size as well. So here's an iPhone 8 Plus, then here's the microphone. The height is just a bit less than an iPhone 8 Plus. The screen size on this is 5.5 inches, so this isn't much different. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do now we've taken everything out of the box is attach the microphone onto the shock mount. So as I said, you've just got to pull the bands apart and slide the microphone in. Now that is easier said than done, but it's still not too hard and it is a pretty easy process. You've just got to try and it should go just fine. There we go. It's now through. I'm going to slide it all the way so we can still get to the on-off switch here on the microphone. Now we've put that in there, we can get our little stand and simply screw the microphone onto it. Okay, so now we've put the microphone on the stand, we can use this metal bar so then we can attach the pop shield. So we've just got to slide this through both of the holes on here and then tighten it down. So go, I've just put the bar in, I've tightened these two screws. Then next we need to get this little nut that was screwed onto the end of here, put it all the way to the end, so screw it all the way down as far as it will go. And then we get the pop shield itself, slide it on as far as it will go, and then tighten up the nut. And there we go, that is the pop shield installed onto the microphone. Now we can get our XLR to 3.5mm cable and plug this into our device. Now it's also worth saying that at this point you can put this on as well, but I'm not because I've got the other shield installed. Now, at this point you would plug it into your device if you had a Windows computer. You just got to plug it into your audio input and then Windows should automatically recognise it. But I'm going to be using this connected to the camera that I'm recording with now. So I'm going to end this clip now using the internal microphone, and then the next clip will be using this microphone so we can get an idea of what it sounds like. So what I'm going to do is point it towards me so it's facing at my mouth, and then we can get a good representation of the sound difference because I'm about the same distance away from the camera microphone as this one. So I'm going to end the clip now and the next one will come through this. Okay, so I've now plugged the microphone in and this clip is using the audio from this microphone. I've not heard it yet, so I'm not sure how it sounds, but this is just a little test of the audio. I'm probably about 30 to 35 centimeters away from the microphone using the pop shield here, so hopefully it is performing quite nicely and hopefully better than my internal microphone. Okay, so now we've heard the quality of this microphone connected to my camera, let's connect this to a computer running Windows and make sure it works on there too. Okay, so we are now in Windows and by default the microphone should already be detected. So what we can do is to go into settings, we can go over to devices, and then here everything should come up. So under audio we've got microphone, that is indeed the microphone that has been detected. We can also go to sound in the settings, and in here we can see that the microphone is picking up my voice. So in here you can troubleshoot the microphone if you want, if there's any problems. Of course mine didn't find any problems because it is working absolutely fine, but you can also go into control panel and change some settings in there. So if we go to hardware and sound and then into sound and to recording, we can see the microphone here, and this is where we can also change some settings. And now for this recording I am using the microphone right now, and I have had to increase the microphone to 100% and the boost to 30% just to make it audible. I did already record this once, but the levels were at their default and it just was not loud enough, so I've upped them to the utmost possible and hopefully it will be clear what I'm saying. So in here we can listen to the device if we want, and of course we can increase the volume and the boost. Then there's also some advanced settings in here, but once all that is set up the microphone should work just fine. And if you want to test if it is working, you can open some audio recording software such as Audacity here, and you can just start recording and see if it picks up your voice. So yeah, here it is indeed recording what I am saying. So that is how to set up this microphone on Windows and how to check if it is working. And if it doesn't work after that, then I would think that you maybe have a faulty device because it should just work by plugging it in. Okay, so I've just had a quick listen to the audio recorded on this microphone. I must say I am rather impressed with the audio quality when I recorded on Windows. I think that sounded very good and definitely very nice value for money. For £20 I think it sounds pretty nice indeed, but that is not the case when connected to my camera. I think the audio sounds quite nasty and nowhere near as good as it does while recording through Windows. Now there is some settings I can change in my camera to maybe improve it, but for now I think I will just stick to using this microphone connected to my PC until I've done a bit more troubleshooting, and then maybe at some point we can use it connected to my camera, or maybe I'll buy a different one to use on top of my camera, maybe one by Rode, who knows. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this for Windows, but not so much for my camera. So I think that that is pretty much it for this video. Hopefully it was interesting in some way, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.